Crypto Noobs News here. I'm sitting in Georgia. I'm going home today. I was trying to think of some new reasons why I love Bitcoin, and I had to wire some money from my E-Trade to my Chase account while I was traveling, and when I went to do the wire transfer because I needed it done that day, E-Trade charged me $25 to move the money, right? I thought, well, that's bullshit, but I paid it anyway because I had to move the money, right? And then I get a receipt from Chase today saying that the money was transferred. Chase charged me $15 to accept a wire transfer. Now, keeping in mind that the settlement process costs them pennies, so it cost me $40 to move money from one account to another account doing it, the immediate transfer. But on some organizations, I believe Crypto.com, if you do a wire transfer, you pay $5 and it's done. So they charge me $40. At the same time, I can move Bitcoin. Now that takes like 8 hours. Same time, I can move Bitcoin instantly, almost instantly, anywhere in the world for a couple of pennies. So you banks out there, all you scumballs are screwing your customers out of money. Beware, your time is coming. I have a friend who, he's a millionaire. He got into some program 25 years ago, and basically they invest in the S&P 500, and he's done pretty well. And I went ahead and I looked at some of the numbers of the S&P to find out, what exactly are they doing that's so much better than anyone else? And it turns out that, in the 500 companies that are in the S&P 500, it's really, they call it the S&P 7 because there are only 7 companies in the S&P 500 that are actually profitable. In fact, since January of 23, the S&P 7 grew by 80%, and the S&P 493 was pretty much flat. So while we're making hundreds of percents over the last year and a half or so, 150, 60%, the S&P 7 was up 80. Okay, just for that amount of time. But anyway, Bitcoin has captured about $1 trillion of the $900 trillion market that's out there right now, right? Because we've got, I think gold is around $16 trillion, art is around $18 trillion, equities are 115 trillion, real estate 330 trillion, bonds are 300 trillion. The M2, the money that's out there floating in the market, is around 120 trillion, and then of course you have cars and collectibles that are around $6 trillion. The point is that Bitcoin only has one, and the total is $900 trillion, so Bitcoin has 1/900th of that wealth. And so I did some numbers, and I found out that if Bitcoin is able to capture 1% of that market, now let's go 2%. 2% of the market, it'll give us an $857,000 Bitcoin. If it captures 5% of the market, we're gonna have a $6.8 million Bitcoin. So I think as organizations and institutions and more retail investors come into Bitcoin over the next 5 years, you're going to see a massive amount of money influx with ETFs rather, and different countries more countries coming into Bitcoin. You're going to see a 3 to 5% adoption rate. 3% puts us at 1.7 million. 5% puts us at 6.8 million. If we get to 10%, which obviously that's not going to happen because that would be $90 trillion, Bitcoin would sit somewhere around $13.7 million. So, I'll take a $100,000 Bitcoin at this point. But, the whole point of my video today was I was just kind of pissed that E-Trade and Chase charged me $40 to electronically move money from one account to another, $25 to send, $15 to receive. E-Trade and Chase, I have something to say to you. Go somewhere else, if you know what I mean. It's pathetic. I have an account with Crypto.com. I'm actually thinking about just having everything sent to Crypto.com. That way I can buy more crypto if I need to. I don't have to worry about moving money from one account to the other. I'm sick of the banks, the way they screw their customers. And it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. Just wait. Anyway, Crypto News. I'm out. Have a good day. Buy Bitcoin.